Hey guys, I'm 13 here. I try not to do too many gaming videos because I know you guys aren't a huge fan of them. Uh, it's funny because you guys used to love my gaming videos, but then all of you grew up and I didn't. So, but if you still own a PlayStation or a computer that's capable of gaming, this game is. See, I want to just talk. This game right here is it's it's pretty interesting. It's all over the news. It's if you're into gaming and you follow it, the media news on gaming. This one's taken the world by storm. It's a beautiful game, as you can see, the graphics and whatnot. It's a cheap game. It just came out a few days ago, and its brand new price is $50, like 49.99 in America. And most new games nowadays cost $70, like $69 for top tier games. And this game is top tier. This game is the highest rated, like by critics, game possibly ever. Like its average score, like its average rating is like 97 out of 100, and it's got over 3,500 reviews. 3,500 reviews, and the average score is 9.7. That's by regular people, and the average score by professional critics is. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I came from that waterfall. The average score from professional critics is like 9.2. And this game was made by like 30 guys, like a group of 30 people made this game, and they used to work for Oblivion. Sorry, Ubisoft. They used to work for Ubisoft, and they all, which is a huge, multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they quit or they were fired, probably fired, and they decided, okay, you know what, we'll just get together and make our own game. And it's hilarious because these 30 guys that worked for this huge corporation that makes all the big name games left the big corporation and made a game that's better than anything the corporation has been putting out in a long time. Yeah, so it's a magical fantasy type game, like very like you live in this magical planet where rocks and trees float in the air. There was some kind of like magical apocalypse, and you're kind of like post Armageddon in the Wizard of Oz kind of thing. So like, yeah, it's a magical planet with tons of magic and creatures and magical things. And then there was some kind of explosion. The world got partially destroyed, and then there's this. This is interesting and unique. I'm only about a half hour into the game, and the first half hour is just all talking. I literally haven't fought anyone yet, other than sparring. But this game, everyone says this game. The things you hear the most when reading the reviews. Oh, that's my first enemy. Is that the game is a masterpiece? The game is a work of art. Uh, I read some reviews that said people have debated whether video games are true art or not, but this game proves that they are art. And oh, that's cool. And another thing that I see again and again in reviews is, and I'm gonna pause it. Well, actually, I don't need to pause it. It's turn-based. It's turn-based combat, so I can just talk. Um, One of the things I see again and again in the reviews is that this game is making people feel a love for games they haven't felt in 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. Like older people are saying when they play games nowadays, it's like, but they don't get that feeling that they felt the first time they played uh, Final Fantasy VII, or the first time they played Breath of the Wild, or the first time they played The Witcher 3. I've seen that. A couple of people have said they haven't felt this in love with a game since Witcher 3, which is one of the best games ever made. Free aim shots are a good way to hit flying enemies as well as target an enemy's weak point. Try aim. Okay. Aim at the Lancelier's weak point to deal increased damage. How do I know where his weak point is? His face, maybe? Yeah, that's his. Yep, that's the weak point. I blew his face right out. Maybe his legs, because they're glowing next? I don't know. Nope, leg didn't hurt. Maybe this thing? No, can't. That's not a thing. Maybe his hand. Maybe I should. Yeah, I use action points to shoot my gun, and so I've only got one action point left, which is just above items. So I can't use my skills because I don't have any action points to use them, so I need to do a regular attack, which will regenerate action points. Now he's going to attack, and I need to try to parry it. And I did parry it, which is amazing, because I never parry well. Okay. Well, that's literally my first fight in the entire game, and I'm playing on regular difficulty, because I've heard the game is pretty hard. But look at the cinematics, man. This game, that's another thing. This game, it's a work of art, and it's pretty much like watching a 40-hour-long movie or a 40-hour-long Game of Thrones TV series, except more magic heavy. Yeah, look at this. Jeez, I just kill some random guy and the cinematics are like off the charts. Yeah, that's cool. So another thing about this game is the story is out of this world. The story is that there's this like giant demon god thing, and every year the demon god paints a number on a giant rock, and everyone in the world that's that age or older dies. So she started about 67 years ago, and she wrote the number 100 on a giant rock, and everybody in the world who was 100 years old or older died. So obviously not that many people. But she's been doing that for 67 years. So right now the number is 33. So on the planet, there isn't a single person who's 33 who's older than 32, because it just happened. If you turn 33 now, you're fine, because people only die when she writes the number, and she always writes a lower number each time, and it's everyone that's that age or above that dies. So, because I thought about that. What happens if she writes, if it kills like when she writes 33, if that kills everyone who's 33 years old, what happens if you're 32 and then a couple of days later you change to 33, and then the next year she writes 32, but you're 33 now, so you missed it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work that way. It's anyone who's that age or older. So there's no way to escape it. Yeah, and then, she's in the 30s right now, which is okay, but what happens when she gets down to like the teens? Like when she's writing like 13, 12, that the whole world, everyone will be 12 years old or younger, like everyone else. There will be no adults. It'll be just, and that'll happen for like years. Anyways, so yeah, each year the planet organizes a group of people, usually people that only have a year left to live, and they go on a mission to try to kill the god that writes the number, the giant demon thing. So yeah, so that's why the game is called Expedition 33, because she just wrote 33 and we're on an expedition to go kill her, so she can't write 32. And if we all die, then next year they'll send an Expedition 32 and then Expedition 31, so it kind of counts down, or counts backwards. Yeah, down works. Where is it? Oh, there. Yeah, and the travel in the game, everything's just, wow. It's like fog moving through a beam of sunlight. Where's the sunlight? Why is the sun coming from that direction? I'm trying to figure out which direction this. Yeah, there's just rocks in that direction, so there has to be like a low-hanging sun over there. I'm gonna go back. Oh yeah, okay, so the sun's like over there somewhere, and it's just casting a sunbeam down through the rocks. Yeah, but it's just beautiful, right? The shadows, the lighting, the little particles floating around everywhere, making the world seem fuller and more alive than it is. So yeah, I don't know. If you're into gaming or not that into gaming anymore, this is one that you should take a look at. It's a French, made by a French company, so it's the first two words are French, and then it says Expedition 33. So, and that's it. I'm not going to show you too much. Well, let's look at the next thing to happen, and then we'll cut the video. And if you're wondering, can I run faster? The answer is yes, but I'm not in a rush. Oh, speaking of which, my son is playing Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it's called, or 30, whatever it's called, Cyberpunk. And he's played the game for like 40 hours, 50 hours, and he's like beaten the entire game. And I've played the game for like twice as long as him, but I'm a lower level than him, and I haven't beaten the game. And he's so confused by that. He's like, how is that possible? And then we were talking about it, and it's because I do this. I travel around slowly, and I look around, and I appreciate just the scenery. And he just rushes from mission to mission. And whenever people talk, he just hits skip, 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 skip. And I listen to everything they say, and like, yeah. Okay. This is this what? The ground is just littered in spears? Bottom right. He just it says dot dot dot. That's it. That's what the dude said. He's like, It had to notify me that he said nothing. Jeez, man. So, yeah, if you do game, you probably already know about this game, but people have compared this game to like Final Fantasy VII, Elden Ring, uh, Blood Soul. They said that's one of the reasons why they sold it for cheaper, $50, because it's heavily influenced by other games. It just took like it's an homage of other fantastic. Look, my God, this is so like a nice, like a red fog. Like that's just pretty, man. I guess that's a reflection of the blood on the ground, or it's like a blood mist, or yeah, these graphics are astounding me because they're not the best graphics ever. Like Last of Us 2, those kind of games. The Last of Us games, they have a bit more like I've seen better realism on a character than this. Like his character model isn't the most realistic, but the environment is just spectacular. Like look at this. Creepy as heck now, but beautiful. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler here, so I'm gonna quit this. So yeah, bit of an update. I just started playing this recently. I don't buy new games anymore, but this game was an exception. I almost always wait a year or two before buying any game because by then it'll have multiple updates and it'll probably be on sale. But this game, the reviews are just spectacular.